Hello, welcome to this review of LEGO Star Wars Set 30680 AAT. This has 75 pieces, rated for ages 6+, retails for $4.99, and came out at the beginning of 2024. And without further ado, let's get into the review. Normally we'd start off first with the minifigures, but of course being a polybag in Star Wars, the set doesn't have any minifigures. But it's definitely a neat little build of the AAT here. So you can see the turret, of course, spins around, lowers and raises, and you can obviously do the same thing with the smaller turrets here on either side, and is definitely cool. And the little hatch in the front also opens, but there is obviously nothing behind it because that would be a little bit difficult to get at the scale. But yeah, I think this little polybag looks pretty good overall, and from most angles. Obviously the underneath is leaves a little bit to be desired, but even if you look at it kind of from like a half under angle or whatever, I'd say it looks pretty fine. So it would look okay on a shelf or whatever, but most likely you're not getting a little $5 polybag here for display purposes. Most people end up getting it for like a kid or something, and being a 6+ set, this would be a decent little build for a kid to do. And you know, it wasn't very difficult from what I remember, though it's been a minute since I built this. But yeah, it's just a neat little build that is pretty okay to look at. I'd say it captures the essence of the AAT in the scale quite well, and is definitely pretty neat. Obviously this is the Trade Federation version rather than the previous CIS version that we got not too long ago, which was a little bit bigger, that kind of play scale version that we got quite a bit ago. If I can stop knocking things over, that would be nice. But yeah, I'd say it's a pretty neat little model, and definitely worth picking up while it's still out. Like I did not mention in the intro, but it does retire at the end of 2024, December 31st, I mean. And yeah, it definitely retires with the end of this year. So if you're interested in picking this up either for your collection or for like a kid or something, definitely I'd recommend getting it before Christmas for sure, or just right now if you can see it. Some of them have been kind of almost don't want to say phased out, but almost replaced by a polybag that I have sitting around here somewhere. But it's just another micro scale polybag. I believe it's a TIE Interceptor, if I remember correctly. It's kind of being phased out by that currently, so I would definitely recommend checking this out, because even though the retiration date is the 31st, that doesn't necessarily mean that you will be able to find it up until that day. So yeah, it's definitely a neat little set that I would definitely recommend picking up as soon as possible, especially as we get closer to that retiration date of December 31st, 2024. But yeah, certainly a neat little set that is worth the pickup, and is a just short build that you can do in not very long, and you get a nice looking AAT model at the end of it. And yeah, that's about all I have to say about this set. And yeah, I hope you guys have a good one, and we'll see you later. Bye.